What is going on, folk? NimbleThor here, and thanks for joining me once again in my mobile gaming quest where I document playing a new mobile game every single day, sharing the experience, as always, with you guys here on YouTube. And today we're playing the single-player, offline-playable game, Epic Conquest. It's a really awesome RPG, and in many ways, it's a very traditional RPG with long and very lighthearted epic story with two main characters, which unfold in between these campaign levels, of which we're playing one right now, and that is actually one of the bosses right there, the Enraged Alpha. We should be able to take it out pretty easily though, because I'm playing one of the earlier levels in the game here, because I just want to farm a little bit of gold before we go on to actually upgrade one of our items, and I think even maybe acquire a new weapon for our little wizard here. So that's cool. We can use this rage mode here to deal more damage. So let's do that right now, and we've got a couple of skills down in the bottom right corner, sorry, you guys can see that. We have the main attack, which is this one, and then we have a couple of skills here which charge up over time. But now we defeated the boss, awesome, and we're gonna get a bunch of different awesome loot. You guys can see that. I think we got an armor piece in there, I think I saw that, and probably some other cool stuff as well. That's pretty cool. The conversation, the story in the game might be a bit too much for some of you guys, but luckily you can skip it all if you don't want to. I really encourage you to read it though, because although it has some small grammatical errors and it can be a little cringy, it's also very fun, and I actually really like it. So these were the campaign levels. We were playing 1-6 there on normal difficulty level, but let's go in here and have a look. It looks like we leveled up to level 9, so now we can actually upgrade some of our character's stats. Obviously, being a wizard, I want to upgrade most of this intelligence, because that's what's gonna add some extra damage to our character here. So now that that is done, we can go in here. You guys can see that we actually need a new weapon. We don't have any weapon right now. We have a chest piece, we have legs, and we have hands, but we don't have a new weapon. So let's select Etna here again. Here's the blacksmith. So you guys can see we can dismantle, we can appraise, and we can upgrade, and we can craft. So let's go in here and craft one of these iron orbs, because we finally have enough of materials to do that, and it's gonna cost 1,000 gold, but I definitely think it's worth it, because I mean, it's gonna add 30 extra damage, and I think before we had only... Did you guys see it before? Did we have... let's see it. Look at the stats here. We only had 60 damage, so that's actually a 50% increase when we equip this one. So let's do that right now, and it actually also has some MP mana point regeneration. So now that that has been added, we can actually go in and upgrade it a little bit as well. So I want to do that real quick here. So let's upgrade that. It has a 100% success rate. So let's see, success, yes of course, and now we're at 33 extra damage, so that's pretty cool. We can also appraise it, where we get a different sort of stat, potentially, so let's do that. And let's appraise it real quick, gonna cost 560 gold. Not a lot of gold, we have 26,000 in total, so we got some more intelligence now. I think that's maybe even better than the MP regeneration, honestly. So now that we have a weapon, we can jump right back into the world map, but before we do that, I wanted to show you guys real quick over here with the merchant, because that's how the game monetizes. We can obviously buy consumables for gold in game, so then no monetization there, but we can also buy these rubies for real life money, going up to around $15 US to buy 600 rubies, and then there's also a $2 US in-app purchase to get the premium VIP system, which adds, you guys can see that, some extra XP, some extra gold, and that's really just to support the developer, because this is a single player game, and all these in-app purchases would really do, I guess, is just make you progress a little bit quicker, but there's no energy system that you have to get past. There's nothing like that really, so it's a very fair model, and I really like the combat system, and that's why I've actually been considering supporting the game by potentially buying that premium package, not because I need it, but just really honestly to support the developers, because I really like this game here, this indie game, and I would like to see way more of it in the future. But what do you guys think about the game? Have you played it? Let me know down in the comment section down below. One thing I really like about the combat system is that all of these enemies that you guys can see have different sorts of attacks, and you really gotta figure out the best way to beat each of the bosses, but not only the bosses, also just these normal enemies here. And I really like that. Some we have to avoid, some we have to, I guess all of them we have to avoid, but some you have to avoid at just the right time, such as for example there, otherwise we're gonna get stunned, and stunned again. It can be pretty difficult actually to get out of one of these stuns here, because, you know, one enemy will stun you, then the next one will stun you, then the next one will stun you. But that's where we have our skills. They deal a lot of damage, and they can be very beneficial. We also have consumables. You guys can see that we have 4 pieces of meat in the top right corner, and we can use that if we are about to run out of HP. As you guys briefly saw before, there are also a couple of different characters that we can play as. We can play as the 2 main characters in the game so far. I think there's a 3rd character as well, but I haven't gotten to that so far yet. But we can play these 2 different characters. One is melee with a sword and a shield, and the other one is this wizard sort of character here, this mage that we're playing right now. I definitely prefer this mage. I find it a bit easier to play, but I also just find it more fun to play with these skills. I really like those. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's up to personal preference, but it's nice that, you know, with there being no character creation screen, because you are literally just playing these characters from the main story, it's nice to see that we can at least choose between these two different characters, picking the one that we personally prefer the most. Let's use our rage mode here, and let's deal some actual damage here, guys. Using some of our skills, we can actually take out these enemies very, very quickly. That was nearly a one-hit, guys. So we are at wave 6 out of 6 now. That is the final boss in this level. That is so cool. Let's do this, guys. Also, note that there is no auto system. Isn't that cool? I mean, most mobile RPGs, whether they're single player or online multiplayer, has an auto system these days, because they sort of drag out the game as much as possible so that we might buy more in-app purchases than we would normally do, because the game becomes so long and you have to fight so many battles. But that's not the case with this game. I feel like I'm progressing pretty quickly. I went back and grinded a little bit just to get enough iron orbs to buy this staff here, this orb here, sorry, because I needed that to get some extra damage on the wizard. But apart from that, I haven't really felt any real need to buy any, you know, in-app purchases, and I'm glad to see that. An energy system would certainly ruin the game, and I think many game developers would have probably gone for an energy system, sadly. Okay, let's get out of here, guys, before the boss appears. That is so close. 120%, not percent, 120 HP left, guys. That is not a lot. Are we gonna survive this one? I think with this boss, we just have to jump around until he eventually stops for a little while. You guys see that? And then we can deal the last hit. Awesome, we did it. And we're probably gonna get a lot of items here. That is so cool. Lots of gold, lots of items. And some more items also to craft items from. So definitely gonna need that later on. Let's see, we defeated this one. 1,000 gold. We can watch an ad to get 50% more gold. Not gonna do that now. But that is how the game monetizes, that's how the game plays, so that's what I personally like about the game. What are you guys' opinions on this game? Honestly, I feel like this is an amazing RPG with a great story and a really, really fun combat system, and it doesn't really get any better than that. Of course, a relaxed monetization system, that's probably even actually one of the most important things, right? There are a couple of other things we could go over, but I'm not going to do that in this one. I just want to mention that you should be sure to log in every day to get these daily rewards, because they are very generous. You guys can see we get a lot of gold, we get some rubies, even 50,000 gold here on day 5, and a sapphire stone as well. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like down below, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. We do one of these first impression looks at a new mobile game every single day in this mobile gaming quest that I'm on. So until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I will see you guys around.